You know, some games aren't just entertainment. They're basically time machines. You sit down, you think, okay, just a quick session, and then boom, you look up and hours have completely vanished. It feels like magic, right? But it's not an accident. Not at all. Today, we're gonna pull back the curtain and show you exactly how they do it.
Come on, we've all been there, right? You tell yourself, I'll just clear one more camp, or I'll finish this one last mission. And the next thing you know, you've accidentally pulled an all-nighter, totally lost in another world. It's a universal experience for anyone who loves games.
And here's the fascinating part. That feeling, that's not a bug, it's a feature. The best games, the ones that really grab you, are built on these powerful, intentional design principles. They're masterfully crafted to keep you hooked. So let's break down the first big one.
All right, first up, we've got what's probably the most powerful tool in a game designer's toolbox, the gameplay loop. This thing is the engine that drives that just one more turn feeling we all know so well.
So what exactly is a gameplay loop? Well, at its core, it's the cycle of actions you do over and over and over again. You do a task, you get a reward, and that reward helps you do the next task just a little bit better. Think of it like a really satisfying rhythm. Do, get, improve. It sounds simple, but when a designer gets it right, it's one of the most powerful hooks in gaming, because it taps directly into our brain's reward system.
Let's take a look at Bloodborne, which just absolutely perfects this. As you can see, the cycle is brutal. You explore, you fight a boss, and then, yep, you almost certainly die. But that's the key. Look at step 4. You learn and adapt. Every single death teaches you something new. So when you finally get that victory in step 5, it feels so incredibly earned that you are immediately ready to do it all over again. That's the feeling that keeps you saying, okay, just one more run.
But here's the thing. This loop isn't just for super hard combat games. Some of the most addictive loops tap into other powerful motivators, like building something that's truly yours, or, that simple, tense act of just trying to survive.
And you see this concept everywhere, across so many different genres. Look at Days Gone. The whole loop is this tense cycle of scavenging to keep your bike fueled and your ammo stocked. Or Fallout 4, where you're looting old ruins not just for cool guns, but for scrap metal to rebuild entire towns. And then you've got Stardew Valley, where that simple, peaceful loop of planting, harvesting, and expanding your farm can make a whole season. And let's be honest, a whole real-life night just fly by.
And this quote just illustrates the point perfectly. A game like Metal Gear Solid 5 might start with a simple stealth mission, but pretty soon, the loop of building your base, recruiting soldiers, and upgrading all your gear, well, it becomes a total obsession. The loop itself becomes the game. Okay, but a great loop isn't the only thing that keeps us glued to our screens. Sometimes it's not about what you're doing, it's about where you're doing it. This is all about the incredible power of an immersive world. Think about the games that have really, truly stuck with you. Yeah, they almost always have a good story, a clear path to follow. But the really great ones, the ones that steal our weekends, they offer something so much deeper than that. They give you a place, a world so detailed and so believable that you don't just want to finish the main quest, you want to actually exist there. You want to explore every single corner just to see what you might find.
So what are the ingredients that make these worlds feel so alive? Well, looking at this list, it's things like unpredictable events. Think about Red Dead Redemption 2, where you're just riding along and suddenly you stumble upon a robbery in progress, or a stranger who needs your help. It's the rich environmental detail you see in every single crumbling castle in Elden Ring. And it's that incredible feeling of true discovery when you find a hidden cave that isn't on any map. All of this taps directly into our basic human desire for escapism.
This quote about Hogwarts Legacy just nails it, doesn't it? The game is so compelling not because it's constantly pushing you from one objective to the next, but because it fulfills that lifelong fantasy of living in a place you've only ever dreamed about. It doesn't demand your time, it creates a world you just don't want to leave. So we've got the loop, and we've got the world. The final piece of this whole puzzle is agency. It's all about those games that stop telling you how to solve problems and instead just hand you a big toolbox and say, go ahead, figure it out. This slide really gets to the heart of a huge shift in game design. On one side, you have games that guide you down a path, and they ask you to master their systems. But on the other side, you've got this new breed of game that actually wants you to break its systems. The goal isn't just to find the solution, it's to invent a solution the designers never even saw coming. It's about giving us a sense of autonomy, and that is a seriously powerful psychological driver.
And Tears of the Kingdom is the perfect example of this. The game is so addictive because its building mechanics let you experiment constantly. You're not just following quests, you're spending hours trying to build some ridiculous flying machine or a crazy trap, and the game's physics engine just lets you. That kind of freedom is absolutely intoxicating.
And this freedom goes way beyond just the mechanics. It extends to the story itself. In games like Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity, your choices really truly matter. The freedom is so complete that you can create your own special brand of chaos, whether that's accidentally setting your entire camp on fire or deciding that, you know what, the best way to solve this problem is to just blow everything up. The game doesn't just allow it, it actually reacts to it.
So how does this all connect? Well, when you get these three powerful elements, that satisfying loop, that immersive world, and that empowering creative engine, when they all come together, you get something truly special.
These are the three big hooks. You've got the compelling, repeatable actions of the gameplay loop, you have the rich, immersive setting of a living world, and finally, you have the absolute freedom of a creative engine that lets you leave your own mark on that world.
And this brings us to a really key shift in perspective. We started this off by calling these games time thieves, but maybe that's not quite right. As we've seen, these design pillars, they aren't malicious tricks. They're the tools of an art form, and they're used to craft these deep, meaningful, and unforgettable experiences that we willingly give our time to. Which brings us to our final question for you. Think about that one game that completely, totally consumed you. The one that earned, not stole, dozens or maybe even hundreds of your hours. What was it? And more importantly, what was it about that game that made all that time feel so well spent?